I think we can all agree that if a game has cosmetics, there will always be just a couple of cosmetics that are definitely overhyped. This doesn't mean that the cosmetic is bad or anything. It just means that maybe the cosmetic is a little bit overrated and overhyped and really is a little bit too popular than it really should be. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about some Valorant cosmetics that I think are, in my opinion, a little bit overrated. And yeah, of course, this list is going to be very subjective. So if you do disagree with me, which is very likely, instead of leaving a dislike, I'd recommend just letting me know what is, in your opinion, some overrated skins, because it's obvious that we're not going to have the same list. And before this video starts, I am going to ask if you can hit the like button below and subscribe. I am going to be trying to reach 10k subs by the end of the year. So if you do want to help me reach this goal, just simply hit the subscribe button down below and it'll greatly help me out in the algorithm. And if that out of the way, let's get on to the video. And in our fifth spot on our list, we're going to have the Reaver Karambit. Now, we all kind of know why the Reaver Karambit is going to be on this list, and that's because it is probably the most popular knife on the game. I've seen many surveys where this knife ranked on top, and overall, I really understand why the knife is really popular. It is part of Reaver, which is like one of the most popular skin lines, and it's also a Karambit. But we can all agree that this knife is definitely kind of overhyped, and it feels like almost everybody uses the skin. And because everybody basically uses the skin and you'll find it in like every single server, we can definitely agree that it is to a degree slightly overrated and slightly overhyped. For our fourth spot, we're going to have the Ruin Dagger. Now, the reason why the Ruin Dagger is going to be so low on this list, but it's still going to be on this list, is because I feel like way too many people are giving this knife too much credit. Because although, yes, it does look cool and it has extremely clean animations, I don't get why some people are going to the point where they're spending hundreds of dollars to buy a Valorant account just to get the Ruin Dagger, because the knife is cool, but I think that it is definitely overhyped for what it is, which is basically just another battle pass knife. Now, if I would have made this video like a couple months ago, this gun would have definitely not have been on the list, or at least in the honorable mentions. But now that the Neo Frontier Sheriff has come out, I can definitely say that this skin is definitely overhyped, because although it is a limited edition skin and it's like straight from Arcane, the TV show, it, in my opinion, doesn't look that good and is definitely missing some stuff, even though it has an extremely above average price tag. Number one, it doesn't have any kill icons, you know, like when you kill people, it's the default kill icon. And second of all, it doesn't have a finisher. So really, because of it's like missing all of these things, and that the Neo Frontier Sheriff exists, I can definitely say that this gun is in fact overhyped, because there are still people saying like, oh yeah, no, this is actually the best sheriff skin in the game, even though that's really kind of hard to argue, because there are definitely a better sheriff skin in the game, which is Neo Frontier. I think we can all agree that the Oni 2.0 collection was extremely overhyped when it was coming out, and I was definitely part of the problem. Like, I remember when we saw the trailer, saw the Oni Vandal, saw the Oni Katana, we were like all losing our minds. And we were like, oh my god, this is the best bundle ever. But when the bundle actually came out and people finally got their hands on it, many people were saying like, oh yeah, the Bulldog sucks, the Ares sucks, the Frenzy sucks. The only two skins that were actually cool was the Vandal and the Katana, and the Vandal was actually pretty cool. I like that they actually gave the Oni 2.0 actual custom firing sounds and reload sounds. That's something Oni 1.0 did not have. But the Katana was a major disappointment, because although the knife is very cool, it was a shame that they upcharged it by 1,800 Valorant points, or like about $18. So overall, like it's gonna be here on our second place, because although this bundle was gonna be like hyped up to be like the best bundle of all time, it really dropped hard, and some people consider it to be one of the worst now. Now I am gonna have some honorable mentions. These are gonna be primarily skins that are like really, really loved by the community. And overall, these are just gonna be like some hot takes that I have about these skins. And this is really just the area that you just roast me for just having a really, really bad opinion. Now, many people might actually agree with me on this one, and that's gonna be the Xenon Hunter. I definitely think that the Xenon Hunter is extremely overrated. Like, yes, the animations are interesting and are kind of cool. In my opinion, they are kind of just too exaggerated, and the knife just looks way too plain for just what it is. And honestly, I kind of wish that they would have made this like a deluxe knife instead of a premium knife. But I mean, it's fine for what it is. I just feel like they could have done it way better. Maybe giving it some styles, you know. Now, this next part is definitely gonna get me crucified like Jesus. And that is, in my opinion, the Oni Phantom is the most overrated skin in the game. And that is simply because despite the fact that the skin is in fact cool looking, has some cool like kill icons and a cool finisher, I just can't see myself really buying the skin because of the simple fact that it is in fact missing a firing sound and a reload sound. Like, there's many like when I'm buying a skin and there's like upgrades to it, one of the things that I'm really expecting for the skin to have is like custom firing sounds and custom reload sounds. But if you'd actually do a side by side, you'd notice that this skin does in fact have the default ones, and that's why personally I think this skin is kind of overrated. Now, if you like the Oni, that's perfectly fine, and I'm not going to argue because this skin is beautiful. But at least in my eyes, this is a skin that I just personally would not buy because of the lack of sound effects. And with those two horrible hot takes out of the way, let's go on to number one, and that is the entire arcade skin collection. Now, if anyone has seen my video on these arcade skins when they first came out, which is very likely because that video did really, really well, you'd understand that I think that the skin is extremely overrated. And that's really because when this skin came out, Riot was focusing on the marketing so hard. This is the only skin collection in the game to actually get two trailers for it. And the reason why is because Riot Games was trying to really, really sell these skins because they are, to this day, the most expensive skins in the game, clocking to around $120 or around $30 for each skin or $60 for a knife. Now, honestly, these skins are cool and all, you know, they kind of got the 3-in-1 thing going. But I'm sorry, but you cannot convince me to buy each one for $30 because Valorant skins are already expensive. Paying like $17 or $20 is already a lot. So you're telling me that they're gonna sell it for an even bigger price, like for one singular skin. And that's why just these skins are definitely overrated and they're definitely not worth the money. Like, there are definitely better skins and even at a better value. And that's why I just gotta put them at number one because I just can't support them selling video game skins for $30 a pop. And yeah, that's basically it for the video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button below and subscribe because that would help me out greatly. Because to be honest, I am really, really trying to make YouTube work out and possibly make it like a future career. And by how it's been going so far, some parts have been going great, but just overall, there's just been many of my videos that's been just completely getting screwed over by the algorithm. And if it's gonna continue like that, I don't think I'm gonna be able to like upload this often in the future. And yeah, so basically I am gonna be asking if you do in fact care enough, if you could just hit the like button below and subscribe. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.